ready? God is self-existent. I'm giving you a theological, doctrinal framework for building your confidence in the revelation of God. That number one, God is eternal. The only one who should be called God is he who is eternal. No beginning, no end. Number two is a very interesting quality. God is self-existent. You know what that means? He does not owe or derive his existence from another, and therefore does not depend on any factor or any person to maintain or sustain him. Self-existence. That God, being self-existent, does not owe, O-W-E, or derive his existence from another life form. He did not evolve. He did not depend on another organism to produce him. He does not depend on any other factor to sustain him. This is powerful. Now look up, please. When you study biology and you study the concept of ecosystem, biologists, you still remember that there is the concept of interdependence. Remember that? Symbiotic interdependence among plants and animals. Are we together? So that plants and animals have a symbiotic interdependence, and they can build an ecosystem where one organism depends on another. Are we together? For plants, for nutrients and all of that. That does not exist with God. Even as humans on earth, we depend on plants, we depend on animals. Are we together now? But God does not depend on any other factor to support his existence. The self-existent one. Two scriptures. Psalm 36 and verse 9. He is the source of all life. For with thee is the fountain of life. It is in thy light that we see life. He said, with thee is the fountain of life. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 6. 3 and verse 6. Malachi chapter, oh no, John chapter 5, please. John 5:26. John 5:26. Statement, Koinonia, shout it with me. 1, 2, go. For as the Father had life. Stop. Meditate on that scripture. Had life where? Not from another. Now contrast that with John 1, I think verse 14 or so. It says, in him was life, and that life, are we together now? And that it is from us. How does it put it now? When you read John from verse 1 down to 14, somewhere thereabout, it talks about of his fullness we have received. But when it has to do with him, go back to that scripture, please. As the Son, 5:29-26, as the Father had life in himself. He has life in himself, the self-existent one. Anybody who becomes like that is greater than an emperor. Kings are not self-existent. Their tombs are a testimony that they are not self-existent. Everybody aside from Adam had a mother or father. Whether you know where they are or not, you once had them. Even if they died at the point of birth, you once had them. Are we together? The self-existent one.